These instructions should simplify a complex assignment because they take you through it step by step. You can find the graphic organizer in the Learning module for General Session 6. If you have forgotten how to access the Learning module, review the process spelled out in detail in the General Session 2 instructional video. Open the graphic organizer for this assignment. The graphic organizer is the last item listed under the step-by-step directions heading in the Learning module for this session. Now you have a decision to make. These are the 6 topics we studied in class. As a reflective teacher, this is your opportunity to sum up your own growth from your actual classroom experience demonstrated by the progress of your students. Use the graphic organizer to list the 3 major areas of improvement in your teaching and how they manifested your mastery mirrored in your students' academic achievement throughout the term. Be sure to give exact dates of the measures you used to support your growth. Pre-service teachers, look at the 6 topics we studied in class. As a reflective future teacher, this is your opportunity to sum up your new awareness of how the theory you learned about is put into actual practice in a classroom. Use the graphic organizer to list your 3 major concerns about a specific area of teaching, what you learned about each, and how each is best implemented in an effective classroom. Step 6 applies to all students. Please be sure to do the readings to produce an effective PowerPoint presentation. When you think you've completed the assignment, run your lesson past this checklist of questions. When you think you've completed the assignment, run your lesson past this checklist of questions. This step should also be done after you compare your PowerPoint to the models in the assignment area. Finally, compare your PowerPoint with the qualities in the rubric. You will have to budget your time so that you can complete this task no fewer than 3 days before the due date, so your peer reviewers and I can give you feedback before you revise your PowerPoint and post it in the assignment area. You will need this chart to do 2 peer evaluations. Go to the discussion area for General Session 6. Open Attachment 1 with the peer reviewers and rubric. The left-hand column contains the names of all the students in the class. Here we are using letters as examples. Find student A in the middle and right columns. For a more equitable assessment, each student has 2 peer reviewers averaged with my grade using the criteria in the rubric. The next step in peer review involves ascertaining that the person whose slides you are evaluating has done the right assignment based on his or her experience. Once you have opened Attachment 2 with the experience chart, review the 2 different assignments. Those students not yet teaching should have done the assignment highlighted in yellow. Students who are current classroom teachers, the assignment highlighted in green. You have had 5 assignments graded with a rubric for this class. It's now time for you to use the assessment to measure other students' work against the 5 criteria being evaluated in the PowerPoint. To preserve confidentiality, you will email your constructive criticism for improvement to each person you are reviewing and the Excel sheet to me. Therefore, each reviewer will post a total using the qualities in the rubric for the person listed in the first column. As the first assessor for Student A, Student D would fill in the cell next to Student A's name with a grade from 0 to 9. As the second assessor for Student A listed in the peer reviewers chart, Student H would fill in the cell next to Student A's name with a grade from 0 to 9.
By emailing me your peer assessment, you can be forthright in your marking. To avoid lowballing or highballing grades, I allow for a 10% discrepancy in scoring.